Periscope, YouTube Live. You already know we are smack dab in the middle of Super Saturdays. And let me tell you what Super Saturdays is about. And I said this morning. Super Saturdays is about lining that S on your chest up them dollar signs in your bank account. Hello? And the only difference between that S on your chest and them dollar signs in your bank account is you got to run a line through it. So that means we got to get in alignment with a lot of the things that we do that we don't typically charge for. We got to get in alignment with where we spend our time. Some of us spend a lot of time at the job, and that's not what's going to pay us. Some of us have other exploits, and we don't spend that same amount of time on those things as we spend making this internet money. So this is all about being in alignment and doing those things that are going to take you to the next level financially. Why? So you ain't got to do this forever. I mean, let me just slow that train down. I've been working since I was 14 years old. For me to be in a place where I can financially say that working is an option for me and still be able to take care of my family, still be able to take care of my bills, and not have a worry, that's what I'm working for. I just want to clear the air because a lot of people are like, well, coach, you this and you that. No, no, I don't feel like I have a choice. Okay. If an opportunity is afforded for me to go out here and make a ton of cash, I'm going to do it. Why? Because I'd rather be aggressive and financially sound than scared and broke. Period. So some days I just got to get my mind right. It's not like I got emo motivation in you. I got to go create it. I got to go find it. I got to go be in remembrance of some things, be in remembrance of when I didn't have, be in remembrance of when I had to go to a job, be in remembrance of when I couldn't do it all for my kids. I remember one Christmas, I think my kids got two gift cards for like $15 to their favorite store, to their favorite restaurant, and like a $50 uh MasterCard gift card. And to my kids, that's not a lot. That's nothing compared to Christmases they had in the past. So I said it to say, some days you wake up when you got an option to do or not do, it's in your best interest to do if you want to live life differently. And then think about what the alternative is. So I want to bring my first guest up tonight, and we're talking about why launch big, okay? Because launching big is a lot of work. Launching big ain't for everybody. Somebody may say, well, I don't want to do all that work to launch big. And my thing is, if you can make it in 30 or 45 days, why not? Why not? You got to create some type of pipeline because you're going to be working. If you don't, you're going to find yourself doing a whole lot of work for a whole little money. It's the same work, you just batching it up. So I want to bring Jamie up to the stage. Hello, good evening, Miss Hopkins. How are you?
Hello, hello, hello. Thank you for having me tonight, guys.
And Jamie was one of the first people. I don't know if you have your bracelet on this evening, Jamie,
I
but
do not. It's being cleaned.
okay. Well, my clients, my platinum clients get a bracelet at a certain mark in their tenure. And so that bracelet is an amalgamation of their brand, who they are. Look at it. It's a custom silver artisan bracelet. It is their brand colors. Hers has a book on it, and it has her name inside the book. See what else? What else is on there, Jamie?
My launch rocket.
And so, because she did a five-figure launch, she gets a rocket ship
Yeah.
on her bracelet. I think Keita gets a lion for having the first six-figure launch, and I think the first seven-figure launch, well, the first seven-figure, yeah, I'm gonna give them unicorns.
Oh, I thought we were
So
going to Puerto Rico.
that too on a part of it. We can do all that.
On a private jet. I remember that.
Oh,
Right.
yes, ma'am. On private jet.
I thought I remember that too.
I'm not flying with the masses, but I do that to help them commemorate. All of them say seven figure sisterhood. All of them say little sister because I'm their big sister. But I do that as a reminder of marking, pivotal milestones in their business. So Jamie, I'm gonna turn the mic over to you. Tell them about your just talk to them about, and I talked to them this morning about like tangible steps,
Yeah.
things you got to do. But let's talk about the intangible steps.
Yeah, let's talk about mindset because that was the hardest thing for me to get past and to get through when I started this launch. So first, coach coach is always launch mode, right? And so I had launched before and then she's like, okay, what you launching next? I was like, what do you mean? I just got over, I haven't even gotten over the first launch yet. But she stretched me to think beyond. And for me, the idea of the launch was video book. And it was like the first creation that I was going to do out of J Publishing House was create a book, a video out of a book. And it was like a different idea, had to get a trademark, you have to go through all these different things, but the idea of coming out with something that you haven't seen before in your space was terrifying. And coach was excited and she had this whole but I'm like I was nervous because I knew that the idea would create a ruckus, but it would also create it's different, right? And so it's new and you don't know if people are going to buy it. You don't know if people are going to understand what you're talking about. Like all those things was going through my head. And so it took a lot of me sitting under coach like 24/7. Even if, we weren't on the phone together, I was listening to her trainings. One thing that coach does very well is keep track of the trainings. And so even though, she had taught it before, she gives you the trainings. I had to go back to my vaults. I had to go back to all the trainings that she's done on marketing, on, landing pages. I went back to the resources that she had already given me and I started going through them. And when I started doing that, it calmed down my fears. It gave me something else to focus on rather than focus on my fears. It was focused on, okay, this is the work I got to do, and made it more succinct. At least I knew what to do. A lot of people launch and don't have a clue on how to launch. They just get out there because they see what's out here in this busy online world. But if you were to sit down and think about strategy, the first thing coach did was how much money you want to make.
That's it. Stop there.
Yeah. That was the very first thing you have to do.
Because your actions
yeah
are going to always align with what you say you want to make.
Absolutely.
You heard Keita agree to, then she went up to 40, then she went up to 65. And when she got to 80, she said, Coach, I think we can blow past six figures in this thing. A lot of your products, I no doubt you can blow past six figures. Are you willing to do the work? It's a whole nother story.
Yeah.
Can you talk about the laser focus, Jamie? Because that's something that is prevalent every time I launch.
Yeah.
And it's something you got to bring to the table as well.
If you don't focus on one thing, you're going to fail at everything.
Oh, wow. Now, y'all need to go on and post that on social media. The hashtag Super Money Saturday.
That's a
if
word.
you don't laser focus on one thing, and I don't think you guys get that.
Yeah.
Because making mediocre money, girl, you might as well go and give it up.
Man, I'm tired of running after these little bitty pennies. And every month,
a lot of people should be tired.
Thing, living from paycheck to paycheck and being comfortable with living from paycheck to paycheck.
If you're not stacking the money right now, and matter of fact, I got this post I want to make about freedom. Because I'm steady learning, I'm always learning. because initially I thought freedom was leaving a job. That's not freedom.
No, it's a little bit
And
more.
then I thought, well, I own my own business. That's freedom. And that's
Unless
not
you're
freedom.
working in your business, and then that's not freedom.
And that's not freedom.
Yeah.
The only true freedom is the ability to automate your business in a way that your money is still coming in, even when you're not working. And then so that you can spend just a little time every day keeping the train on the track, and the rest of the time is your time. That's freedom.
Ooh, yes.
That's real freedom. J Publishing House is about to build me. Can I tell the people?
You already started.
Go ahead and give us the tea. Give us the tea.
Yeah, I
Give
can
us
make a lie up.
the
I ain't gotta tell them everything. J Publishing House is about to publish a book for me. I could lie, girl.
Yeah, they all know I publish all your books. Don't even go there.
tea.
I wish another would.
When Jamie talked about going back and being able to access all of my trainings,
Yeah.
that has been something that I've wanted for, oh my God, as long as I can remember. The last 4 or 5 years, it's been on my list. And this is why you have to be faithful to things. So J Publishing House is about to build me a client portal where you guys will have access to my last 4 years of mentorship training, every multi-week course that I've ever created, all the workshops I've ever done.
Live
They'll be enumerated in a searchable format. So if you search lead magnet,
Yep.
you can have access to listen to every lead magnet recording I've ever done. I've got some bomb training,
Mhm.
right? And for you guys to be able to have instant access to that, what and eventually we'll get to the point where it's gonna be motivational. If you need motivational, this, time management, that, money management, this, budgeting, that, all of that is gonna be in a portal where you'll have instant access to the information. And MJ, weren't you on the digital store team?
I am, and let me tell you, you whoever get attached to that, they in for some treats. Let me tell you. I got caught up twice. Chanel told me don't get caught up.
It's hard to upload those trainings, ain't it?
I got caught up 2 times. And I said, I can't do it. Let me just listen for the first 5 minutes and let me keep
Right.
pushing.
Yeah.
There was one last week. I was like, oh my God, I can't. Let me keep going. And I literally was still downloading and listening to that and still
That's how you do it.
downloading.
That's how you do it. You download while you listen.
On Narissa, you on that team too?
Mm-hmm.
So I know you would agree, girl. I got some stuff,
Mm-hmm.
and y'all are just like scraping the layer. So for us to be able to make that available to our clients,
Yeah.
you know, but to me, what that's gonna do for me, instead of me feeling like I gotta, number one, show up and train every week, I'm not gonna have to. Number two, when it's your turn to launch, I'm gonna have the energy and the capacity to carry you over the finish line. What I want to do in this season is make sure my clients make money. Did y'all catch that? I want to
That's
make
awesome,
sure my
Coach.
clients
Wow.
make money.
Wow.
That's awesome.
And the Bible said a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. Well, I've showed up. I've had years where I showed up for 52 weeks and taught that mentorship. That didn't guarantee people made money. I've had years where I did they one-on-ones every month, like clockwork. That didn't guarantee they made money. But showing up the way I'm showing up now, and literally when you go in that launch shoot and me breathing down your neck, well, it would.
You want this?
What Chiquita say? Getting pings at 3 a.m. in the morning.
Because that's when you up thinking about why you can't do this. So let me disrupt that. You
Yeah.
understand what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
minute you think, oh, it's no way, I'm gonna be on the phone talking about what we doing today. Let's go. that takes a massive amount of energy. So I need a placebo to stand in where I can't. And if you're smart, you'll understand what I'm doing and wait your turn and go over there them videos and sit and learn. Because those videos are still me. It's not like somebody else coming in and training. That's some of my best work. That was then. So now my best work is what we got, what we about to do. I'm carving out a mastermind. So everybody that's in launch mode is going to be in the mastermind. And all we're going to be working on is what are you about to launch? When? How much money do you want to make? What does that look like? What are you doing to build your list? So you go into a small incubator first, and then it's being you, baby, in the boxing ring. Ding. That's it.
Now that's laser focused.
I hope your gloves are bigger than mine. Because when I show up to fight, I'm not showing up to fight you.
Yeah.
I'm showing up to fight her.
Mm.
Because every time I turn my back, she's telling you you can't do it. And every time I turn my back, she's telling you wasting your time. And every time I turn my back, she's in your head and in your face. So when I show up clowning, it's not personal. It's not to you. If I don't clown her, she don't go away. I got to let her know I'm not afraid of her, and you shouldn't be either.
Woo, that's powerful, Coach.
It's the truth.
Yes.
It is.
It's so much of the truth that it's unreal.
Yes.
It's so true.
Well, what, MJ, do you mind sharing with them what it says on the inside of your bracelet?
Oh my God. You're gonna make me cry, Coach. We on
Just
live.
tell the people.
Just tell the people.
It says believe in you like I do.
Oh.
That's my gift to all of y'all. You know, when I talk to Yvette, I have no doubt. When I talk to Alicia, I have no doubt. When I talk to Narissa, I have no doubt. When I talk to Bridget, I have no doubt. You guys have been doing this so long. It is time for you to reap a king's reward, a queen's reward. Stop doubting it. It's the action that makes the end result. The doubt is energy that takes away from the action. Does that make sense what I'm saying? People buy excitement. They don't buy doubt. You won't see your husband, girl. Come in now, Kuto. Kudo, come in.
Kudo forever.
Kudo. Come and see mama. Come and see
my friend.
No, you gotta come here. Come here. Baby, you gotta come. You gotta act
That's
like
my friend.
you gotta come right here. He got new tags. Come here, Kudo.
That's my friend.
Come here. No, not like that. Come here.
Oh, Jessica on Facebook said amen based on what you just last said. I think she's frozen.
Yeah.
Say that again. What'd you say?
I said Jessica on Facebook. She said amen to what
Yes.
Colette said last.
Yes.
She's
Yeah.
I think she's frozen.
She'll drop off and come back. But when Coach sent me that bracelet, she kept asking, have you got your package yet? Have you got your package yet? Jamie, you probably know.
Mm-hmm.
I said, not yet. Well, when I got it, I was like, oh, this is beautiful. And I turned it off. I was like, oh my God. Oh my God. I just cried. But that is true. Like, Coach sees in you what you don't even see in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
She has a way of bringing it out. You back,
Well,
Coach?
yeah, I am. You know this internet. But you guys have.
Yeah, we got some bad weather.
Y'all do?
Yeah, it may be coming your way. It's like windy and rainy.
So it's not I see something different. I just see the real you. Your lenses are clouded by what people have said about you. Your lenses are clouded by what you've been through in your life. I see the you with no bias. So when I met Dr. Vernice, I said, girl, do you know how many people would pay you to teach them how to do that? It took her a minute to see what I see.
Certainly did. Certainly did. and she was in me too. And I was like, oh no, and I was giving away my stuff for free. I was like, oh well, I don't think that it's that important, but she saw it, and it's the truth, because I was getting exhausted for giving it away for free.
And it's a shame that we as women got to get exhausted before we get help. So if
Mm.
you're watching tonight, make sure you sign up for the Fight for Your Money Bootcamp, bit.ly/moneyfight21, because you don't have to get exhausted before you get help.
Coach, can I just give one last piece of advice before I return to my onesie?
Absolutely.
I think one of the things that you have to remember when you're launching is that you have to be willing to take risks. And let me go back to that risk thing. I took risks before I found Coach. I had to go through 3 or 4 coaches. That's a risk. I'm talking thousands of dollars before I found the coach that was for me in the season that I was in. Catch that. I had to find the coach that was for me in the season that I was in. And so I risked those thousands of dollars. But when I found the right one, in less than 30 days, I made that money back, then some. Because she showed me how to do my website. But one of the things she told me, or other than put your number on paper, is that laser focus thing. Are you an author and are you a publisher? She made me choose one. That laser focus things. And so be willing to take risks. Even if that one coach didn't work for you, it worked for you in that space. Continue going. And don't be afraid to risk. Because one thing, if you have faith, you won't fall. You can't, it's impossible for you to fall if you have faith.
So a couple things. One, I don't think that I don't think some people realize that all coaching is not created equal and all coaches are not created equal. If this is your first stop, you're blessed. Please let the people know, Jamie. If this is your first experience with coaching, it's coaches that don't show up every week. It's coaches that don't have planned curriculum. It's coaches that don't care whether you make money or not. It's coaches that don't teach as fast as I do. They draw it out. I saw one woman in the coaching program. She had been with that coach 6 months. I said, "What have you done?" She said, "I wrote an ebook." I say, "Girl."
They don't let you on their platform.
Oh, absolutely
and
not.
If they let you on, they don't let you on for free. They let you on for thousands and thousands of dollars. Thousands of dollars. I mean, and for a coach to get on live to say, I'm laser focused on your money, on my client's money, find a coach that says that, but does it, and does it publicly, not behind the closed doors, and y'all shifting numbers on pieces of paper and ain't going nowhere past that paper. Like, this is real results. I am a real result of working with Coach, but not just working with her and not just coming to class. I got behind the scenes and I volunteered. I did things that I didn't like doing, like being on the BYOB show, like being on camera. I don't like that, but I did it for a year. It stretched me, but it also made me, I'm not afraid of nothing now. It took away the fear.
And Jamie, you said something, in order for you to make this level of money, there's a stretch that has to happen.
Woo.
Your mindset has to stretch. Your focus has to stretch. Your commitment has to stretch. The way you show up has to stretch. It's more to it, guys, than a notion. But it's so close. It's so close. It's so believable. And it can be you. How many of you guys posted about having tickets this morning to your wealth coach? How many of y'all got a response? You posted, Narissa, you didn't get a response, or you didn't post?
You're on mute.
She's on mute.
Come on off of mute, love.
Come on and join us in
I got
conversation.
likes. And so I reposted it, changed it a little bit. I'm gonna go back and check now.
Did you ask them to say me? Or did ask them to DM? You gotta always
I
ask
asked
them.
them to message me.
What was your response, MJ?
I'm checking now. Hang tight.
So I challenged them to go out to their Facebook and to post, hey, my wealth coach is having a money boot camp.
You okay?
And that I have a select number of tickets available for only $20. Comment me if you're interested. So I challenge y'all to go post that too, because you got to get in the habit of asking people to show up places. And then you're going to figure out who's who on your social media.
Well, coach, I guess I got to take your advice. I don't have the right people following me.
Well, don't give up on them. And this is Saturday too. You may post it first thing Monday morning and get a ton of people respond. That's what social media is about. Understanding we had, who did that one time? Didn't get, I think that was one niece. Didn't get one person to respond, reposted it and got like 70 people to respond. You got to understand that different days, different times, different posts, words, Saturday's pictures might rank high. Monday morning words might, long paragraphs sometimes rank higher than short clips. It's just different. But you got to have the courage to repost, change things up, do it again. All of that is learning. So if you won't invite them anywhere over here, what's going to change when it's you? Nothing. Nothing at all. So post it and see what happens. I'm going to have you do it again in class on Monday. Get used to posting early in the morning. Sometimes post late at night. You'll find out who the who's who is.
There's a young lady on Facebook that says, I'm interested. Name's Kimberly. So we're reaching out to her.
Absolutely, Kimberly. We would love to see you at the Fight for Your Money boot camp. Guys, if you would like to sponsor someone, and y'all know how we do sponsorships. If you buy one ticket, we give away 2 at half price. Make sure you go buy a ticket at bit.ly/moneyfight21. This is how you pay it forward for that person that doesn't understand that they got to make a way to afford things like that. Because I've been that person before where I would say, oh, I don't have an extra $20, So Bridget, let me tell you why I don't do that. And I appreciate you for doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Bridget said, I bought a ticket for somebody who wants to come for free. One time I was doing a webinar called Fill Up the Safe, I think it was called. And I literally showed you how to get a money idea out of your head into production and make money within 24, 48 hours. And this one lady said, I don't have the money for a ticket. So I said, okay, I'll sponsor you to come. Didn't make her pay a dime. So you know me, I don't forget anything. So the day of the webinar, I was like, where is she? I don't see her. So after the webinar, I reached out to her and I was like, hey, didn't webinar, what's the tea? That girl said, I had a headache. I couldn't make it.
No, she didn't.
That girl say, girl, wasn't nothing but the Holy Spirit that kept me from throwing that phone on the hook in her face.
No, she didn't.
Yes, she did.
Oh my goodness.
Now, is your head hurting or is your bank account aching? because sometimes you gotta choose. And I'm not saying her head wasn't hurting,
Mhm.
but baby, y'all don't know what I've done with various parts of my body hurting, and still got my big self up and did whatever I had to do in that moment to make it happen. I remember I used to leave work because I worked in a building about the size of 2 football fields. I had 1,000 people that I coached, and they was all over that building. And I literally would leave work hobbling every day. You know how you go to work with the cute shoes on? Baby, I'll leave work hobbling in flip flops every day because I had literally put so much time and energy into covering that bit. I would run through assistance. Little bitty girls couldn't keep up with me. We got to go over here now. We got to go over here. Girl, can y'all send me somebody else? She not working out. Matter of fact, this time send me 2. Nah, go on, send me 3. And I'm running through them because they can't keep up. How bad do you want to see? I wanted my numbers for that company. And if I wanted their goals for them, I definitely want my goals for me. And it's positioning. So how many times are you willing to try things before you give up? Go ahead, Dr. Bernice.
Coach Kimberly says, I would love you to be my coach. I'm a grateful person. I'm a mom and a new business owner. So she's recognizing.
Very good. Absolutely. I'll see you at the boot camp. It's going to be amazing. Who has not? And so that's my lesson on why I don't sponsor anybody 100% for anything, because people have got to have skin in the game. If
Mhm.
it's not important enough for them to go and register at $10, what are they going to do with the information when they get it? And the Bible talks about casting your pearls to swine,
Mhm.
because you can't make people operate.
It's true.
There's this thing in corporate called a relationship triangle. And I'm gonna tell y'all this, and I want you to figure out which which side of the triangle are you on. Everybody knows 3 sides to a triangle. There's the victim, there's the rescuer. Are you willing to do the work? And there's the persecutor or the antagonist. So you always got the one person that's always starting mess. Is that you? You got the one person that's always trying to rescue everybody. Is that you? And then you've got that one person who's always the victim. Woe is me. Woe is me. Is that you? Now you can go, depending on the relationship, in and out of different roles on that triangle. But we tend to play one side the most. Me, I'm the rescuer. Rescuing people and can't even rescue myself. Which side are you? Now, the only way to get out of that relationship triangle is, number one, realize what role you're playing and refuse to play that role anymore. And it's just a true story. So I want to open it up because, girl, you right. My burger's over here getting cold. Baby, they looking at me. I don't want to eat in front of the people, but I do want to open it up for somebody else. Thank you, Jamie. If you need to slide off, you can definitely feel free to do so.
I love Jamie comment in the chat. She said, "This is live coaching, by the way." LOL. That's
Yes.
true, Jamie.
Yeah. Coach be going into it with the coaching all the time.
She go in, doesn't she?
She can't help it. It's in her DNA.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, so it was been great. I'm gonna slide on out and see y'all next time.
Bye,
Thank you,
Jamie.
Miss
Bye,
Jamie. Enjoyed
Thank you,
you.
Jamie.
Bye. Enjoy your
Ursula
Monday.
said, I'm the rescuer. Which
Mhm.
one are you, MJ? The rescuer? I know it.
Coach, come on. You already know. I'm the rescuer. I rescue a three-legged dog that just got hit by another car.
That's me. I'm the rescuer too, but I'm limiting my rescuisms.
I know I've come to the point I need to be rescued. I'm done rescuing. I'm rescued out.
I
Me
would
too,
concur. I am a rescuer of my own self, but I had to look in the mirror and say, AJ, you're gonna need to rescue yourself. Okay.
And that's exactly what needs to happen, guys. How you rescuing somebody and you not financially free?
Well,
Mhm.
And then you know what was amazing? Being a rescuer, when I looked around and told the truth, there were not that many people who could really rescue me.
Nobody got your back.
Not at all.
So let's talk about that. Not that they didn't want to have my back,
Mhm.
but if you're not capable of rescuing yourself, because you always calling me, how can you rescue me?
Mhm.
See, to me, that's what this community is about. Having people that can help you and you can help them. So you don't have to be that perpetual rescuer.
Mhm.
I talked to somebody the other day and I told her, girl, you need to get a community of like-minded individuals. She said, well, I'm in a community, but I tend to be the one with all the knowledge. Then, girl, you in the wrong community.
Absolutely.
Desiree say she was the rescuer, but she stopped last month. I love it. Yeah, I don't rescue as much as I used to. Can I tell a quick story,
Oh,
Coach?
absolutely.
In 2017, I realized I had to have an emergency surgery. And it was then that I realized the entire year prior to, phone just ringing off the hook. What do you think about this? Let me run this by you. Pray for me. Um, Mental breakdowns on the line. And when I had my emergency surgery, phone just stopped. No
Mhm.
one called to say how you doing. But what really crushed me the most was no one even brought a cup of soup to the door.
Mm.
No one even sent like food for my family. I couldn't even walk. And I thought, oh, but I was sis, best friend, love you, sis. I got your back. And I'm thinking, I'm hungry. Nobody's feeding me. They didn't even call to ask me, am I hungry? And it was that point that I started breaking away from, I can't rescue. I can't do it anymore. And it slowly has come off, but I see myself trying to go back, but coach is on me, so that won't occur.
So let's talk about why that happens and whose fault that is. Yep. Yep. That's a pride thing. How
Mhm.
many of them did you call and ask for a bowl of soup?
Well, when I called a couple of times, no answer, so I just stopped calling.
Well, they don't stop calling you.
That's true. They didn't stop calling when they
They
needed.
would have
That's true.
called or text or left a message and sent a message in a bottle. Morse code, smoke signal, braille. Baby, they just sent a child with a letter to the door.
Yes, chime in, send me an inbox on Facebook when I wasn't answering. That is
Exactly.
true. But I just wasn't willing to go to that extent.
But
I was
it's
trying to
not that extent.
heal.
But if they do it if they do it to you,
Yeah.
see, you could have set that help up before you even went to the hospital.
Well, it was emergency. It just happened all of
Okay.
a sudden. Yeah, it was
And then when
emergency.
you get out, that makes you question, who are these people?
I certainly did. I don't even know who they are now.
And do they even have the capability, y'all, of giving back? because we will sit up and literally spoil people, y'all. We will
Yeah.
literally sit up, give people the best of us, not ask for anything in return.
Come on.
And then when it's not given, we got attitude. But you haven't conditioned them to take care of you. You haven't set an expectation that this is a partnership. I got your back sometimes, get my back, and then when they offer to do for you, so you so good at what you do, you don't need no help. Babe, I've learned to not only take help, I've learned to solicit help. I've learned to volunteer people because I know when your launch comes, I'm gonna give you my best. So let me tell you what I need in the meantime, in the between time. And trust and believe I'll be watching who show up.
So then do you think that sometimes those mindsets are maybe, I don't want to say ingrained, but it's like we have that as women automatically to just kind of feel like I got it, I got this, and I got you, and not necessarily ask. It's like to be able to handle something and hold it down and not ask for something is somehow exude as strength, you know, is
It's not
it's a
ingrained.
beautiful
Everything we do
said that, you know.
is a taught behavior. We saw our mamas do it. We saw our grandmamas do it. So we do it.
Mhm.
The ones who play the victim saw their mamas play victim, and so they play victim. The ones who saw their mamas being rescuers, they're rescuers. The messy women, the persecutors, and the antagonists, their mamas and their grandmamas was messy. We get it from somewhere, guys. You're not just born with, oh, I'm gonna go out here and rescue everybody. You get it, it's part of your pedigree.
And you know what I found, like when I stopped rescuing a lot of people, those people were able to get what they needed without me. You know, when I stopped doing it, they figured out a way to get it done. So
And
that's
will.
what I realized. Mhm.
You're right about that. Absolutely.
I know I've been in a lot of situations where I was looking from the same people I rescued. I was looking back for that same help, but I have found that that is not usually the case. So as Coach Tiffany had said, I've refused or I've stopped rescuing people because they do find a way. They do.
So let me tell you what I've learned. The key is not to stop. The key is to sow seed in good ground.
Mm,
Are you listening?
Mm-hmm.
yes, ma'am.
When you sow seed in good ground will yield you a harvest. When you sow seed in good ground, when you need it, it will come back to you.
And it does.
Nobody told you to sow seed in that ruffle bait.
Mm-hmm.
Ask yourself, why were you doing it? You didn't just do it because they needed the help. Did you do it because it made you feel good at that time?
Mm-hmm.
Did you do it as a testament to, oh, let me show you how good I'm living? I'm living well enough that I can help you out. Why did you do it? There was something inside of you that knew that person wasn't good ground, but you did it anyway.
Mhm.
So you can't blame them.
Right.
People gonna ask. You gotta blame yourself. Questions, comments?
So sometimes you just gotta say no and take care of yourself.
Mhm. Coach Tiffany say, I refused to be a rescuer months ago. I began to fight back. We have to hand the boomerang back the way it was handed to us. Serve them their own medicine right back to them. She said we enable them, which is true. We do
Yep.
enable. You definitely enable.
And like I told MJ earlier, you know who the people that need rescuing are. Stop answering the phone.
Yep.
Nobody obligated you to answer the phone. I had a client who was struggling with her time management. I said, sis, why are you struggling to get stuff done? She said, because I'm at home. This is before the pandemic.
People call you to go everywhere.
And my family doesn't understand work from home. They think work from home means I'm over here doing nothing. So they calling me to pick up kids from school. They calling me to go to the store. They calling me to do this and that. And I end up with no time left. So I said, do this. During your work hours, don't answer your phone. If it's an emergency, they'll text. If it's your husband, of course, answer. Your kids. But them rest of the ones that's always putting you to work, girl, stop answering the phone. So she did it. She said she would wait till 4 or 5 and then return all the phone calls. Do you know she would call people back and be like, hey, sis, you called me earlier, what you need? And people be
Nothing.
like, girl, I don't even remember. Because they went on down their call list. Or they would say, oh, I needed you to pick up Javon, but such and such went and got him. If you stop being so easily available, if you stop being the one that's the first one to offer help, if you stop making everybody else's emergency your emergency, then you'll have time to focus on the things you need. And unfortunately, this includes your children.
Ooh, you know what? I love the fact that my kids see that my focus has shifted and changed, and they're very, very respectful. And they don't even, I mean, basically they give me my time. With my grandsons, my daughter, she wants me to keep them, but I have told her, girl, you got to ask ahead. You can't ask me at the last minute. So once I put my boundaries up, you know, they don't cross it.
That's what I was going to say. That's exactly what I was going to say. A lot of us don't have boundaries. And we let other people make their emergencies our emergencies.
And that's something I realized I didn't have any boundaries. I had to set boundaries and firm boundaries. And that did help me with my rescue missions.
You mean rescuing MJ?
My rescue missions. I had to rescue myself.
You know what, MJ? I even put up, and this is no shade to my mother, but I even put up boundaries with my mom too. And she respects the fact that I work. And like today, I was supposed to go pick her up, which I'm gonna go pick up tomorrow. We're gonna go have lunch. And she automatically said, "Oh, no, you gotta work." And so it's not my mom's fault that if I keep telling her yeah, or if I never let her know, this is, even my mother, who is very, very dear to me, she respects my boundaries. And I had to put boundaries up when I had my own business, because you know, people will invade your boundaries because there's so many people wanting you. And when I learned how to put my boundaries up, it really helped me. I just need to make my boundaries more sure with my bambinos.
And that's exactly what I'm doing right now. Putting up boundaries so I can be the best that I can be where I am and serve where I'm needed most. But I appreciate you guys. If you have not signed up for the Fight for Your Money boot camp, go to bit.ly/1 Money Fight 21. I'm not gonna lie, I'm tired. I'm gonna get out of here. Thank you, Alicia, Bridget, Ola. Thank you, Dr. Bernice, Yvette, Narissa. Love and kisses. MJ, I appreciate you. Grab your ticket, sponsor someone, and we will see you guys mañana.